How do? Ethel in once more. Taking two in today. Winhill and Crook. It's an 8.5 mile circular. I've just come up Parking Clough. It certainly gets you warmed up. We're driving a left house in Doncaster. It's drizzling. Now we're out here. Winhill is just up ahead. And then we swing around, follow alongside at Ladybower Reservoir, cross over at the end, and then up onto Crook Hill, back down, and across road, back down to the car, parked in between Yorkshire Bridge Inn and Dam Wall. I left car at 20 to 6. Yeah, Winhill, just up here. Okay, so it's cleared up a bit, drizzle stopped, a bit more visibility now. We're going to swing right here, along this wall into wood, down through wood to water, and then over, across the road, up other side to Crook Hill. This is obviously top end of Lady Bower, but you can see it levels how dry it's been. If you watched any other videos, I know they're a bit hard to kill to the way I've scheduled them, so try and space out the, what's that, a buzzard. I try and space out the videos so I keep the Ethels and the multi-day trips and Outline Wainwrights and Yorkshire Dales 30s. Try and space them out so I'm not putting the same type of video or same locations of videos. If you watch any others, you'll hear me mention that we've just had driest spring on record. We're in July at the minute, and there's currently an hosepipe ban in South Yorkshire, but you can see levels are low there, look. So Crook Hill is going to be up that way somewhere to get to Endett Reservoir and cross over the road. So once we've gone a bit further on and crossed over, we have to go back in that direction, and it's showing that you go along the road. So that's A57, so I'm hoping there's some kind of pathway outside of it, otherwise that's going to be interesting, because it's a fair stretch back down road and then you sort of cut up to Crook Hill. So we'll see when we get around there. I've just passed a sign saying cyclists and walkers be aware this is not a circular route. So that doesn't bode well, but we'll see what happens. Now, I don't know whether it's my eyes or is that an owl sat on post far side of the bridge. Hellfire. I need to go to Specsavers. It did look like an owl though, didn't it? Jesus. What was it, Platt? Okay, so I'm not far from road. Let's see what the path situation is. Not very pathy. Still early, it's about 7:20, so there's not loads of traffic, but it's a shame because it's a nice circular route that. I don't want to come down here if you've got young kids, especially during the day when it's busier. Right, so about probably 3/4 mile up road, and then we turn off up here, allegedly, although this doesn't look like it wants to open. We'll see. Right, I've just expanded the map and it's just a little bit further, I think. There's a sign here. Probably says keep out. Oh no, public footpath. Here we are. Public bridleway. That's better. Buzzards. Right, we're just about to pop out at Wood. A little bit further and then you bear left and we're basically at Crook Hill. The rain started again. That weren't super steep, but it was steady away and I've got a dab on again. But yeah, not far from Crook Hill. Right, so the one on the left is the slightly higher of the two, which is the Ethel, but that is also part of Crook Hill, so we'll be going to both. This one first. I didn't put my waterproof socks on, I don't know why. My feet are obviously wet. Right, so I've opened the Outdoor Active map because they're on the OS, and that one says that the high point there is Crook Hill, and that slightly lower one is Lady Crook Hill. But I've got to go back that way, so I just didn't want to march straight through that bracken because it's wet. So there's a bit of a path here. Presume there's a path on ridgeline. We'll go up to that one, which is Crook Hill, double back along there, Lady Crook Hill, and then we'll carry on and then drop down to traffic lights. Whit Road is at the end of A57 Bamford. nearly back at car. It took me about 3 hours. Nice walk that, but just obviously that road section can be a bit dicey. As always, thanks for watching. Till the next time, I'll see you.